World Youth on WLR on the drive home, chosen by Ruthanne. Woo, woo, woo.
Hello.
Welcome
Thank
back.
you so much for having me back.
Oh, not at all. A pleasure. When we got the email to say you were available, I was like, send her down now.
I love coming down to Waterford.
Oh, thank you so much. The last time we were chatting to you was in Reginald's Tower when we did our drive home live session special.
So fun. I loved that.
It was a deadly little venue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Really
yeah,
fun. And
so
do you know what?
nice.
A privilege. It's like such a protected building as well that it was a real privilege to be able to get in there and set it up and kind of take over for, you know, for the
and
hour
it was
or
so cool with the live audience and everything. It was really cool.
And it also won us the Silver Immer Radio Award. So thank you very
Congratulations
much.
to you.
Oh, no. Thank you, Jamie. I would have been nothing without you being the performer and the artist and the subject of it. So listen, you have had a pretty crazy 12 months really since everything's kind of kicked off. You know, just tell us about it.
It's been amazing. I started releasing music probably around a year ago today. I started with The Vow, which I've just seen in so many weddings. I get sent videos nearly every other day of like, my friend walked down to the aisle of this, or it was their first dance song. So that's been amazing to just see how much that song has connected with people. It actually has gotten 2 big syncs as well, which I can't talk about, but it's going to be on a big show and another big show.
Exciting.
So so it's just seeing everything grow.
Like, are we going to see these shows on this side of the water?
You will.
Okay, Debbie. Yeah.
And then it's just been amazing. I toured with Alanis Morissette. I then did some shows with Hozier before Christmas. I sold out my own show in London. I now have my own headline show in Whelan's on the 27th of April in Dublin, and I have one in Cypress Avenue in Cork. I'm supporting Wild Youth at the moment. I'm about to go on the road with Key West, so fellow Irish musicians.
We are big fans of Key West here, and they're good friends of WLR as well, I have to say. We've done a couple of live sessions with them. They're such crack. Like, they are so much fun. And they're just such amazing musicians. I always say as well, and actually you're another person who'd fall into this bracket, the radio doesn't do them justice. Like, you hear their songs on the radio and you're like, yeah, this is a great radio hit. And then you see them live and you're like blown away by the energy that they have.
I'm so excited because I actually haven't even seen them live because I was in LA for so long that I actually didn't get to see. I know, so I'm so excited to get to open for them and get to see them live. So we're doing shows in the UK and Europe together. And then I'm going on to do lots of festivals this year in Leeds and Liverpool. And so there's a lot of really exciting things happened. And my brand new single just came out.
Yes, of course.
Which we've been so supported by Spotify and Apple with, and we're just so excited that it's out. It's called Love Again.
Like, I've seen your songs be featured on some really deadly playlists on Spotify as well. Like, you know, it's lovely when you turn on this kind of random playlist and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I know that song, that's Ruthanne, we played that on the show.
It happens so much, actually. I've got friends of mine going, you're on this playlist in random places that they are, and my song just comes on. So I've been so lucky to have such good support from those.
It's such a lovely way for people to discover new music as well. Definitely. You know, I mean, it has always obviously been, you know, the radio to date or else word of mouth, but now it is lovely to be able to stick on a Spotify playlist and just, you know, especially if it is a particular genre of music that you're into, or if you're in a particular mood, or you're, you know, looking for a theme for a party or and next thing you're like, oh, I really like this, and it starts to crop up and you're like, who is it? It's Ruthanne, you know.
I like how also it means that people can self-discover you instead of it being like gatekeepers in different media. It's like, this is a way for people to kind of discover you themselves.
Absolutely.
And I really like that that's part of music
and
now.
I actually find, I had this conversation with somebody not too long ago, I find as well the artists or the songs or just the music in general that I have self-discovered is the music that I have the strongest relationship with.
Definitely.
It's the music that I go back to time and time again. It's the albums that I root out, like that I have on cassette or that I have on CD that, I mean, I haven't bought a CD for years. Everything's download, you know.
Yeah.
But every now and then I'm pulling out a CD and I'm sticking it into the CD player in my car.
Which is what we want. We want people to, I mean, my album will be out this year, and I definitely want to make vinyls and some CDs because I think it's still nice to have,
absolutely,
you know, physical copies of things. If I love an album, I buy it on vinyl. I have a vinyl player, and like, I might not use, I mean, I'm traveling all the time, so I barely use it.
Just bring my vinyl and vinyl player in my pocket.
like having it for when I'm having a dinner party, stick on a vinyl. So it's really important for people to still get the physical, you know,
and there
thing
is a
from
crispness
music.
of sound with vinyl as well, that it's got this there's some sort of an integrity there that can never be
100%.
recreated digitally.
Yeah.
Can we hear the new single?
You can, of course, yes.
All right.
I would love to play it for you.
You've got an accompanist with you as well?
I do. I've got Dylan on guitar, and I'm going to sing for you my acoustic version of my new single Love Again, which is out everywhere, and you can go get it, and please request it on WLR and all your radio stations here, because we need all the support we can get.
But whenever you're ready, take it away.
When you lost all the faith that you once believed, when you're battered and broke and brought to your knees. No, I don't have the cure to take away the pain, but I know that I can make you learn to love again. You've been drowning in the liquor. You smoke a Mary Jane for sleepless nights. But if you let me in, baby, I can be your vice. No, I don't have the answers, but let me ease your brain. 'Cause I know that I can make you learn to love again. I know you feel like half a man, like you're beginning at the end. But baby, please, won't you give my love a chance? 'Cause you ain't felt nothing like me yet. So you bet all your dollars on the wrong head. And you swore forever, now but forever didn't last. And it took all your strength, not just to break the chain. But I know that I can make you learn to love again. I know you feel you've nothing left, and all you got's in pieces. But baby, please, let me give you confidence that you ain't felt nothing like me yet. Now, baby, oh, you need a little time, but I can make you like it. I know that I can make you learn to love again.
Oh, Ruthanne, it's stunning, and it, like I love. I mean, you're like you know, I'm a massive fan, and that's been since before even The Vow came out. Because, and actually, I think that's probably something that we need to remind people of as well. Like while you, as Ruthanne, the artist, is you're quite new on the scene. You are not new to the music industry by any way, shape or form.
Yeah, I've been in it a long time.
Yeah, and I mean, anybody who will be familiar with the chats that we had during the Drive Home Live Session special that we did last year, which is almost a year ago. Can you believe that?
That's so crazy.
Like, your background basically is in songwriting. The biggest one, I suppose, is it fair to say, that put you on the map was JoJo's Too Little Too Late.
Yeah, that was my first hit. Yeah,
and just remind us of some of the other songs that you've written.
I hate doing this because I feel like I'm like showing, like name dropping, but
name drop, it's hard work.
So yeah, Too Little Too Late by JoJo. I did a song by Avicii called All You Need Is Love. I did Martin Garrix's BB Rexa In the Name of Love. I did Slow Hands Niall Horan and 4 others on his Flickr album. I've done like, what else, like some Pixies? I don't know. I always forget what I've written for the people. 50 Shades of Darker. I had a song in that movie.
Yeah.
So I've done a bunch of different.
And am I right in saying, is it over 1 billion streams on Spotify?
I actually think we're over 2 billion now.
Oh my God.
An exclusive for you. So no pressure for my own artist stuff.
Oh my God.
No, 2 billion, yeah.
Like, does that just kind of blow your mind?
Yeah, it
like, that blows my mind, and it's not even my music.
Yeah, I forgot about work BITCH, Britney Spears, and some of the One Direction stuff. Sorry, I literally forget because I'm always moving forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's absolutely insane to think that people have streamed, and not just my dad streaming it, you know what I mean? Like actual people from other countries, and seeing what I actually blows my mind even more is when I see people cover the music, and even my own artist stuff. It actually is so amazing to me. And still now going to see shows where my music is played and everyone's singing along and they don't know that I've written it is very special to me, because it's a genuine thing that I get to see, that they don't know that I was involved in the song. Or sitting in a restaurant the other day, Too Little Too Late came on in just a random falafel restaurant in Dublin, and I was just sitting there like, no one knows that I wrote this. So it's a really cool thing to.
That must be kind of. I always, kind of. So some people, love the fame and want the fame, whether the integrity comes with it or not. Yeah. Whereas I always put you down to be the type of person, and I would always love to be the secretly successful person. I'd love to be that, sitting in that restaurant going, I did that. Nobody knows it, but I did that. And having this little self-praised moment, and nobody else knows.
Yeah, I've never really been about the fame. I think anyone who loves making music, the fame is not really important.
Yeah. I think you could say that though for nearly all professions.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's just like professional sports people, exactly, or whatever.
You don't. It's not really about. It's about people. I want people to. When I say I've written a song, I want people to light up and be like, I love that song. It's about the song for me, not as much like, oh, I did this. I don't really need that type of thing. And I'm not as like, oh, me about the that's not really my thing. I love performing and I love entertaining people,
but I think that's completely evident.
It's just not really my I would never want to be known for something unless it was a
really
skill,
good,
like a skill or an art form. And so it's the fact that people would know some of my songs and not know that I wrote them. I just think it's a funny, nice conversation thing of just like, oh, she wrote that, and no one ever believes it, by the way. Everyone's like, they look at me like, or they go, when I go, oh, I'm a singer-songwriter, they're like, and how's it going? Yeah. Are you working in the restaurant?
Is it okay? Like, you're like, no, I'm making a living out of it.
Yeah, or then people think I have jets and yachts, and that is so far from the truth. So it's so on both extremes. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like you're either a billionaire or you're absolutely broke, and that's just not what it's like at all. Yeah. But honestly, it's for me, it's all about making great art. If I'm someone who's never famous, but that if you heard my name or something and you go, oh, I love that song, The Vow, that means everything to me. That's all I want. It's that connection.
Excellent. I love it. I'm going to pause it here because I have another question for you, but it's going to open up, I think, another world of conversation. So we'll take a quick break. You do have a cover for us as well?
I do. I'm going to do a cover of one of my favourite songs growing up, which was Waterfalls by TLC, a little 90s R&B for you.
Love it. All right, pause it here. We'll be back on the Drive Home Live sessions with Ruthanne.
We are WLR.
We're back for part 2 of our Drive Home Live session with Ruthanne.
I love these sessions.
I know, and you know what? It's honestly such a privilege to have you in the studio as well, because the last time we recorded, we were in Reginald's Tower, which in itself was incredible. But there is something lovely about just chilling out, being in the studio, and nice. and kind of recording it, I suppose, straight into the airwaves, which is always good. The question that I wanted to ask you was, because we were speaking about, writing songs and creating art and creating something that you're really proud of. Is there any, and I mean, maybe you're going to look at me and go, of course there is, or absolutely not. But is there something that you've created or that you've worked on and you've gone, this is it? Like, I absolutely love this. I'm so proud of it. But it hasn't gone to it hasn't, say, seen the light of day that the Jojo Too Little Too Late has.
Of course, all the time.
Okay.
I work with very talented people all the time, and I will write songs that I'm like, no, this is so good, and then it comes out and it doesn't do as well as what today does, and sometimes you do, I do think that a song will always have its moment at some stage of what it's going to be, but I did write one song by this group Third Story, who were signed to David Foster, who are 3 incredible soulful singers that are just from all different backgrounds come together, and they melted my heart, and I started writing with them, and we wrote a song called Still in Love, which people who do know it still are like, that's like one of my favorite songs. But when it came out, it didn't explode like maybe their label would have thought, or I would have thought. And there was 2 different versions, and there was an acoustic version. But the thing is, I'm not disappointed by that, because it isn't just about making hits. It's about creating a legacy of your work. And like I said, sometimes those songs can be in the universe for 5 or 6 years and then have a massive moment.
You wrote Too Little Too Late 2 years before it came out.
Yeah. So sometimes songs can actually have a period where they grow. Like, there's lots of stories, but one example I would give is like All of Me by John Legend. I worked with Toby Gad the day it went number 1, and he turned around to me after John Legend had done that amazing Grammy performance. He said, I don't understand. That song flopped a year ago. That did nothing. Yeah. And his performance on the Grammys a year later, it made the song all of a sudden. Then there was the remix and it just went number 1. Yeah. So for me, it's like once the songs are out in the universe, they can mean so much to someone's life and to someone. So it's not all about like just doing chart topping hits. It's about just creating great work. And I do believe that great work gets there eventually.
And in whatever, stands the test of time.
Yeah, and whatever capacity that's going to be. And like for this song, Still in Love by Third Story, it might be a great movie sync that we get in a few years. It might be covered by someone who then makes it a hit, which has happened. Natalie Imbruglia Torn was actually a cover of the writers who wrote it original band. They actually released that.
No way.
Didn't do very well, and they toured with it and everything, and then Natalie Imbruglia cut it, several years later, and then it became the hit that it is.
Never knew that.
There's so many stories of that, and so
I mean there's so much more to song than just its songwriting and the musicality of it as well. Yes. I mean, there's the artist and the commercialization of it all, and the depending on who's backing it, depending on the timing, depending on what else is released that week.
There is a lot, but I always hope that the songs, that the strongest songs will win. Yeah. And I think that if you have the label support and you have all the commercialization, you then are being put against all the best songs that week, and then I do believe that the best songs will win. Yeah. Now then that also though, you have to look at the platform that you have. So for me, when I was deciding to be an artist, I could never succeed if I set myself up for failure by saying, if I don't do as much streams as Niles, Slow Hands or Too Little Today, then I'm a failure, because you have to look at the platform of fan base they've built over amount of time, and then if you're starting new, so you have to manage expectations as a new artist to go, do you know what, actually we're doing quite well for where we're at with where I've started from, because I think a lot of people might think that being a songwriting industry gives me a leg up, but actually it doesn't. It's harder. I have more to prove because I have more people saying, well, you have to do this. So I'm starting out just like anyone else being a new artist, and you have to just work hard, try get your music heard. So I literally would play anywhere for anyone. I stopped in at a pub in Limerick and surprised some followers who had told me about a singer-songwriter night, and I got up and sang, because any opportunity to gain new fans or new connections with people and hear other artists play is important. So you really, if you want to be an artist these days, need to get out there.
Fair play to you. Like but I mean, like you're hard work and talent always pays off, and here you are, justifying.
I don't have the body for Instagram modelling. That's really the problem. So I'm like, I have to sing then. So I want to use my skill. So if there's anyone out there listening that wants to be in music, please get skilled at it. Practice your craft, write, sing. Do not depend on looks and everything. That will get you so far.
You say that as if like career. You're sitting here across me and you're not absolutely gorgeous. But you're not here because you're gorgeous. You're here because you're talented, and that's the bottom line of it.
Well, I always want my voice to speak I always want my voice in music to be the thing that you remember the most.
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, there's a lot of integrity, and that's what commands the respect that you deserve as well. Right, let's get Waterfalls, because it's also one of my because I think we established last week we're the same age in our music tastes as we were growing up. Remember the last we were chatting, we shared a lot of similarities.
I miss some of them songs.
So do I.
I miss some of that deep, message, important R&B music, and I'm going to attempt the rap, so we'll see how that goes. So
excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Right, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Lonely mother gazing out of the window, staring at a son that she just can't touch. If at any time he's in a jam, she'll be by his side, but he doesn't realize he hurts her so much. But all the praying just ain't helping at all. He can't see it and keep himself out of trouble. So he goes out and he makes his money the best way he knows how. Another body laying cold in the gut. Listen to me, don't Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. Oh Lord, I seen a rainbow yesterday, but too many storms have come and gone, leaving a trace, and not one God-given ray. Is it because my life is 10 shades of gray? I pray all 10 fade away, seldom praising for the sunny days, and like his promise is true, only my fate can undo the many chances I blew to bring my life to a new, clear and blue and unconditional skies have dried the tears from my eyes, no more lonely cries. My only bleeding hope is for the folk who can't cope with such an enduring pain that it keeps them in the pouring rain. Who's to blame for tooting cane into your own vein? What a shame, you shoot an aim for someone else's brain. They claim the insane and name the state in time for falling prey to crime. I say the system's got you victim to your own mind. Dreams are hopeless aspirations in hopes of coming true. Believe in yourself, the rest is up to me and you. Oh, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers that you used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. I know you're moving too fast. Waterfalls, please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. I know you're moving too fast.
Oh, Ruthanne, oh my God. One of my favourite songs, and now being covered by one of my favourite artists here in front of me as well, which is amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to come down to us.
Anytime. I love Waterford.
Don't say that because I'll be invited down all the time now.
No, I actually do love it when you drive in and you go over the bridge and the waterfront and everything. It's just so pretty. I absolutely love it here. And if you want to come see my shows, you should come to Cypress Avenue in Cork. It's not that far away.
No, it's not, and it's a great venue.
And it's a great venue on the 28th of April, and in Whelan's the 27th, again, not too far away, Dublin. And Leisha, a fellow Irish artist, is opening for me. That's Whelan's April 27th, and you can follow me at This Is Ruthanne with an E. And you can come talk to me, DM me.
Well, we're going to link to all of this. We'll get this podcasted and up online. We'll stick all the links to the gigs and to all your social media and stuff as well up online so people can follow you.
Thank you so much. And if you haven't heard Love Again, go listen to the whole song. Or maybe request it to be played on this radio station.
Yeah, you're going to be here. You're going to be hearing it all the time. No, it is. And it's a pleasure to be able to play your music. I thoroughly enjoy playing it. And I always say to artists who come in and just to people in general when they ask about, do you play it more often because it's Irish? I'm like, no. Like, we do have, as part of our license, we have to play and support Irish music. But there's such a wealth of talent of Irish music out there.
There's so much good Irish music.
We only play the good stuff.
Yeah, there's, Dermot Kennedy and Anya Cahill and Key West Wild Youth. There's actually so much great Irish talent out there right now. I don't think we've had this type of surge in Irish talent in a long time. So definitely get behind your Irish artists because we need to support our own.
100%. Ruthanne, thank you so much.
Thank you.